Hello everyone. Today I will be discussing one of the most iconic Zelda items, Rock's Feather. Just kidding, sorry. The Tornado Rod. Fine, I'll stop. I meant to say the Master Sword. Specifically, its timeline and age. The Master Sword started off as the Goddess Sword, then slowly evolving to the Goddess Longsword, then the Goddess White Sword, until it became the shining, shimmering true Master Sword, after the normal Master Sword. Over time, it lost its blue texture, and now, until Breath of the Wild, it is just plain silver. The Master Sword is also broken in Breath of the Wild, which is interesting. Is the Blade of Evil's Bane dying? That's what I'm going to be discussing now. Firstly, I need to discuss some of the most iconic Master Swords from the Zelda games: Skyward Sword, Ocarina of Time, A Link Between Worlds, Twilight Princess, Wind Waker, and Breath of the Wild. Here is the other form of the Master Sword in Breath of the Wild. It's very badly injured and damaged, so I can prove that it is breaking. Another way to prove that the Master Sword is dying is by peering at the other Zelda titles, such as A Link to the Past and Twilight Princess. In many games, the Master Sword can actually upgrade to a higher version and deal more damage. In A Link to the Past, you can upgrade the Master Sword to 3 levels. Number 1 is where it is blue. Number 2 is when it is red. And number 3 is when it is yellow. In A Link Between Worlds, it is basically the same. In Skyward Sword, the Master Sword up-levels over many periods of time. In Twilight Princess, there is also a way to upgrade the Master Sword through the power of other items. In the Palace of Twilight, I talked about that in my dungeon video, you can upgrade the normal Master Sword to the Master Sword where it is infused with the light of the soul, orbs found within the dungeon. From Twilight Princess to the next Zelda game, Breath of the Wild, the same blade, the Master Sword, has no power-ups as it continues through one title to the next. But there is also a last way to prove this. Demise, the King of Evil, might also be causing this. In a previous video, I talked about how dangerous malice is and how you should not go near it at all. Dangerous, bad, don't go near it. Bigger Boy Demise could also be causing this, as if you might recall from Skyward Sword, at the end when Demise is defeated, Fi collects some of Demise's malice. Page 167 clearly states that the brown item or substance on the Master Sword is not rust nor dirt. It's malice. That's why I was talking about it. Hopefully I've convinced you now that the Master Sword is dying, as the video is over. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next episode. I'm Hytopia, and I'm signing off.